Right, still the programs and options for the Panasonic NA16-VX1, the first generation of Panasonic to hit our market. We'll turn it on. We instantly come up with Cotton 40, preset to 1200 RPM. We can have 14, 16, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, with how the time drops with the lower spin speed. But this isn't the first time either, so I'll show you later on, or else it changes. So we've got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, cold, 30, and 40. Now if I go to say like 90 and change the spin, and then the spin changes there as well. Right, so we'll leave it there. We've also got this time button, which looks like it's a time to end button rather than a time delay. And then we've got this mode button, so you can have rinse, spin, So we've got the mode button, you can have rinse only, spin only, wash and rinse, rinse and spin, and then drain only. So basically, if you want rinse hold on this machine, what you do is that you select mode and then select wash and rinse, and then it will obviously go into rinse hold after that, since it won't do drain. Right, and then we've got the load of options over here. So we've got intensive, which looks like it adds on 20 minutes. We've got extra rinse, which adds on 9 minutes. We've got pre-wash, which adds on 20 minutes. And we've got easy iron, which will limit the final spin, and it seems to take off 2 minutes roughly. Right, let's see how these affect each other then. So I'm going to put up 1200. Intensive and pre-wash is still the same. Intensive and extra rinse is still the same. And intensive and easy iron are both the same. So it looks like the options don't seem to affect each other in any way, shape or form. And you can have all three of them like that, if you want. Yeah, interesting that. Right. Then we've got Cotton Eco. Preset at 40. It's an hour 30, it's just 3 minutes long by the looks of things, except when you start adjusting the temperature. So watch. So we've got 50, then 60, 2 hours 20. Cold, 30, 40, and 50. Now if you notice, apart from 60, the low temperatures are only 3 minutes longer than the normal cotton cycle. But interestingly, spin also affects it. Yeah. If you select 800 to 1200, it's added on 10 minutes. And this is the same with the 30 one as well. Ooh, so if we go to 40, oh no, doesn't affect, yeah, it affects the 40 as well, and 30 and cold, which is all a bit bizarre and weird. Then we've got intensive, which will add on 20 minutes to what looks like the 40 and the 60. But if you go to 60, it will still add on 20 minutes. We've got extra rinse, which will add on 10. And we've got pre-wash, which will add on 20 minutes as normal. And easy iron adds on 8 minutes. Yeah, it's a bit bizarre, I suppose. Oh, well, it adds on... There you are, so it takes off 2 minutes. That's correct. And it takes off 2 minutes all the way around. Again, you can add on all the options at the same time, if you want. Then we've got Easy Care. It starts off as an hour. You've got 40, 50, 60, cold, and 30. Back to 40. It's preset at 800, but you can go up to 1200 RPM. You've got the modes, you've got rinse, you've got spin only, wash and rinse, or rinse and spin and drain. We've also got intensive, which will add on 15 minutes. Extra rinse, which will add on 9. Pre-wash, which will add on 20 minutes. And easy iron will add on 9 minutes. And you can have all 4 of the options as well. Then we've got wool and silk. It's preset at 500 RPM, so you can have 4 or 500 RPM. We've got up to 40. Looks like temperature doesn't affect time. Got our modes, so we can rinse only, spin only, wash and rinse, or rinse and spin. We've got intensive, which adds on 15 minutes. We've got extra rinse, which adds on 6. No pre-wash, no easy iron. Then we've got delicates. Again, so we've got our wash, rinse and spin, rinse only, spin only, wash and rinse and spin, drain only. Max temperature of 40, max spin of 800 RPM. You can have intensive, which will add on 15 minutes. You can have extra rinse, which will add on 8 minutes. You've got pre-wash, which will add on 20 minutes. And you've got easy iron, which will add on 13 minutes. And you can have all the options combined, like so. Then we've got shirts. It's 50 minutes long. Max spins. It's preset to 500, but it goes up to 800 RPM. You got wash, rinse and spin, rinse only, spin only, wash and rinse and spin, drain only. Right, so 40, you can have 50, you can have 60, you can have cold, 30, 40. Cool. And then we've got intensive, which adds on 15 minutes. Extra rinse adds on 10 minutes. Pre-wash adds on 20 minutes. And easy iron adds on 12 minutes. And obviously you can have them all combined. See? Then we've got tub clean at 40. It's 3 hours 31, which means it's actually the longest cycle on this machine, which is really bizarre. Can rinse only, spin only, wash and rinse and spin and drain only. Don't know why 800 RPM is set, 40 is set, and there's no other options. Then we've got duvet. Obviously, rinses, spin only, wash and rinse only, rinse and spin and drain. So you can go up to 40. Max spins 800 RPM. We can have intensive. We can have extra rinse, which will add on 14 minutes. There's no pre-wash. You can have easy iron, which will add on 3 minutes. And of course, we can add on all of the options together. And we've got Rapid 15. Modes not available on that. Max spins 800 RPM. Max temperature's 30. No options. Then we've got colours. It's preset to 1200 RPM. So rinse only, spin only, wash and rinse and spin and drain. Spin's 21 minutes long on this, which is a little bizarre. And we can go up to 1600 RPM. And again, if we have 4, 5, or 6, 700 RPM, you can have it's a longer spin. Max temperature's 40. It will have its auto off, hence why it went off. Now the dial's actually like being fine right now. When I first got it, the dial's slightly playing up. You got intensive, which is add on 15 minutes. Extra rinse, which is add on 9. Pre-wash is add on 20, and easy irons taking off 2 minutes, which means it's basically a cotton cycle with what looks to be a shorter wash and a much longer final spin. Then we've got quick 60. We can have our mode, so final spin's 10 minutes long. Then we got up to 60. Up to 1600 RPM. We've got easy iron, which will add on 9 minutes. We can have a pre-wash. We can have an extra rinse. We can have intensive, and we can have them all combined as well, which is a bit bizarre. So, quick 60 must be sort of based on the cotton cycle. And then we got quiet. Right, we've got our mode selector. So we can have rinses only, spin only, wash and rinse only, rinse and spin only, and drain only. You got 40, 50, 60. Cold. Max spins 500 RPM. You got intensive, which will add on 20 minutes. No extra rinse, no pre-wash, and no easy iron. Bit bizarre. And then that's it. That's all the programs and options for this Panasonic, but I ain't done yet. Cool. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start off with cotton. We're going to press start. Let it detect. There's nothing in it. It's hour 7. Let's see what happens now when I... So it looks like I can't change anything on it, which is quite annoying. So you'd have to do this every single time. A bit like the LG. The good thing is, obviously, it's much quicker. Right, give me a second. I need to sort something out. Right, so that's for no load at 40. No load at 60. No load at 90. And then weirdly I'm going to do this, so no low. Right, so see, this is where it gets a bit weird. So on off. Let's turn it on again. So really, cold should be. Yeah. That's taken off 15 minutes. Yeah, a little bit bizarre there. So cold, 15 minutes. Anything above 40 and above, so you take off 20 minutes. See how intensive affects it then. So intensive normally adds on 20 minutes. So intensive and mini load is only an extra 10 minutes. Extra rinse adds on 9 minutes with a full load. And doesn't affect it with a mini load. Pre-wash normally adds on 20 minutes. And again, pre-wash doesn't affect it. Easy iron normally takes off 2 minutes. Doesn't affect it. Right, so what we did was, if we do this, so it takes it to 400, so it takes off 9 minutes. So it should go down to 58 minutes. And it does. Oh, yeah. So the temperature, when it's on cold, is only 15 minutes rather than 20. I guess a little bit bizarre. And just to double check, so we'll turn it on. We'll select intensive. We'll take it up to 90. So it should be 1 hour 52, 1 hour 42. Different right. Yeah. So intensive only adds on 10 minutes. So with that in mind, we'll move on to Cotton Eco and see what we do there. Normal 40. Takes off 20 minutes. Eco 60. Normal. Yep, there we just done that. So Eco 60 with mini loads halves it. But here's something weird. Like I said, intensive only adds on 20 minutes. So it should be an hour 30. Ready? An hour 20. So yeah, again, only 10 minutes. And we'll just test see how this affects it. So this should still take it down to 1 hour. Oh, it does. So, cool. And we've got Easy Care. Takes off 4 minutes. With intensive on, it adds on 15 minutes. So again, it takes off 4 plus that 5, weirdly. So intensive and mini load tends to just only be 10 minutes long rather than 15. Extra rinse on Easy Care adds on 9 minutes. I don't think it'll. Easy Iron on here adds on 9 minutes. There's only others it takes off 2. No, it just doesn't affect it. I don't think Wool and Silk have the load. No, it doesn't. Darkest does. Takes off 5 minutes. This should take off 10. And it does. And with column 30, it should still take off 5. And it does. Duvet, straight away. Colours won't have it. Rapid 15 won't have it. Colours will. 1 hour 17 down to 1 hour 7 takes off 10 minutes. 10. That's bizarre, actually. Intensive adds on 15. 1 hour 17. So yeah, it equals 10 minutes. Quick. Takes off 5 minutes. And then quiet. Should take off 20 minutes. Oh, it does. So yeah, the quiet is just basically a cotton cycle with quite a lot of limitations actually, which is bizarre. Just to double check the quiet. So there's intensive. There should be 1 hour 28. All right.